Lagos, Africa's fifth largest economy, the melting pot of opportunities, the commercial capital of Nigeria, the nation's economic nerve center, the powerhouse of the country. With a population of over 21 million and contributing 30% to Nigeria's GDP, Lagos is the seventh fastest growing city in the world with a growth rate of 10% per annum. It's Nigeria's entertainment district with hotels, restaurants and bars, secluded sandy beaches and a bustling nightlife. Lagos is a center of excellence. Meet the man changing the face of this city, a man with a dream, the political underdog.
I like to dream, and for anybody that dreams, most times you like good dreams to come to pass. So the last 22 months is about vision, just envisioning a new Lagos.
May 29th, 2015, Akinwumi Ambode was sworn into office. A life of public service was a familiar one to him, having served under previous governments for 27 years. But this was the right time for him to take a part in shaping the history of Africa's most cosmopolitan state.
It's a privilege for me to have been elected as the governor of Lagos State. I am humbled by the responsibilities that have been put on my shoulders.
Like anyone taking on a new job, Ambode knew that the road ahead was a tasking one, but he was prepared. He made his promises and set out to work. June 2014, oil prices peaked at $115 per barrel. Good news for oil-producing Nigeria. Global investors rushed into the West African nation, hoping to get a piece of its emerging market. But things changed. Oil price dropped to $35 per barrel at the end of 2015, bringing on a new challenge for the newly installed government. Investors suddenly changed their views on oil-dependent Nigeria to a more cautious one. Lagos State was in an economically shielded position, given the foundation of its financial autonomy. But Ambode saw what was coming. He knew that to sustain the transformations going on in the city, revenue generation efforts needed to be doubled. He pushed for a transparent and incorrupt government and set out to reduce the cost of governance. He wanted to move with the times, knowing fully well that the world had gone digital. Within a year, Ambode simplified the tax collection methods of the state. The state internally generated revenue increased significantly within Ambode's first 2 years in office. As a result, the Lagos State budget also increased and capital expenditure doubled. Nigeria depends on oil for 90% of its exports. With a drop in oil prices, the federal government stressed the need to diversify the economy, and agriculture was at the forefront of its diversification plans. Ambode identified the agribusiness sector as one of the viable areas to boost its revenue generation in the wake of dwindling oil prices. Rice is a staple food in Nigeria, yet the country imports the majority. Ambode wanted to change this. He signed a memorandum of understanding with the Kebbi state government aimed at developing the rice chain value in Lagos while empowering its youths by providing jobs. This led to the launch of a cheaper and more affordable rice brand called Lake Rice. This rice was made available to the people of Lagos in December 2016 at a subsidized rate.
Make it in Nigeria, use what we make what we use. I am an unrepentant convert of this ideology. We have demonstrated it. We have professed it through our Lake Rice partnership with Kebbi State.
But Ambode had bigger plans for revenue generation. Lagos is a city that has enormous potential when it comes to tourism, arts and culture. The city is known for its rich history, its bustling, effervescent lifestyle, events, carnivals and festivals. It is a natural location for tourism, with its sandy beaches by the Atlantic Ocean.
Lagos is in a very unique position to attract tourists to this place.
In spite of its natural assets, the city was in dire need of a revamp in this space, and Ambodean saw this as an opportunity. His plan was to market Lagos as a destination with rich entertainment content and at the same time create jobs for the tourism sector and provide a more enabling environment for businesses to thrive. And he was willing to do all that was required to make Lagos the hub of entertainment and arts in Africa. Businesses in this space started to reap the benefits.
In the past, we didn't do much with government. We've been a very private organization. But with the Ambodean administration, we got invited on board to do a couple of projects for government, especially in the art spaces. The governor decided that he wanted to have art installations all over the city. Now, it takes a certain type of appreciation of beauty and arts in general for you to want to do that.
And it soon became clear to all that Ambodean's plan for the tourism sector worked. People from all over the world poured into the state for a host of events, and the governor succeeded in creating 10,000 jobs in the sector within 2 years.
You can use tourism, you can use entertainment and arts, you can use culture, you can use hospitality, you can also use sports to drive a new Lagos. I always say it's anywhere. The white-collar job syndrome is dead. I don't have jobs for people in Alausa. It's not going to happen. So the new jobs are in creativity and innovation. They are in service. So I, as the driver of that new initiative, I need to create a platform that creates a convergence between hospitality, sports, entertainment, arts. And that's why you see I'm big on it. And I also show it by way of style and practice. I'm involved with the artists, I'm involved with the entertainers, I'm involved with curators, I'm involved with people who are running hotels. Because I see the future of Lagos there. That's where the future of Lagos is.
What Governor Ambodean has done in essence is that he has put credibility into the arts. He's made people see the arts as a veritable tool for job creation, as a tool for enhancing the skills and the creative minds of young people, and also letting people recognize that Nigerians are talented.
But things didn't get easier in Nigeria as a whole. August 2016, the nation sunk into a recession for the first time in 2 decades. Life in Africa's most populated nation became more and more difficult. The currency weakened and businesses suffered. Globally, the city of Lagos and its land of opportunity suddenly looked less attractive to cautious investors, with many pulling back. At a time when many leaders would have lost hope, Ambodean pushed through the recession.
Last year, we got more internally generated revenue than any other year that this state has ever been in place. And that's happening in a recession. So what's happening? That means we're getting a good feedback on the capital expenditure that we're pumping into the system. So as we pump more money, more people are working, and then we're getting more taxes.
Having already created an office that was dedicated to providing an enabling environment for global competitiveness while promoting inward and outward foreign direct investment, the visionary leader understood that in a time of recession, opportunities remain. He believed that investors were still attracted to Lagos, and he wanted to make it easier for them to start and run their businesses.
Lagos is more or less like, the cornerstone of economic business in Nigeria, and if Lagos gets it right, it means that Nigerian economy can grow. I know that right now we're attracting the highest level of foreign direct investment into Lagos, and when that increases in Lagos, it means that there will be growth also in Nigeria. So the platform is for us to continue to see ourselves as enablers and regulators of this economy, and create that enabling environment for the private sector to thrive.
This move paid off. Investors from all over the world flocked in.
Normally in any agencies, government agencies, if you approach them, they always come up with delays and bureaucracies. But believe me, in Lagos Global, I just got this approval in 1 day time. The Lagos State Governor gave us so much of support and encouraged us.
Lagos State to us has been nothing but a very, very, very helpful entity. The governor has provided a very enabling environment for us in a very multifaceted way.
In order to run a successful business in any highly populated cosmopolitan city, public safety and security is key. In spite of the ongoing transformation in Lagos State, the city's reputation suffered when it came to security concerns. To add to the negative perception, Nigeria's battle against insurgency in the northern part of the country took center stage. But this did not deter Ambode from his plans. He quickly took steps to boost security in the state. He wanted to make sure that the people of Lagos could go about their businesses without fear. Security equipment were purchased and the city's rapid response squad was strengthened and rebranded. Within the first 2 years in office, the crime rate in Lagos reduced by 65%.
That is a reflection of a very good governor who sensibly is a thinker and a doer.
Proving that his interest in boosting security in the state was more than a passing one, Ambode launched the Light Up Lagos project. Within his first year in office, the ambitious governor lit up 365 streets across the state. This quickly revived the city's night economy.
So a tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà nípa iṣẹ́ iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná tó ṣe sórí afárá yẹn tí àdúgbò wa fi máa mọ́lẹ̀ tí ó ní sí àyè fún àwọn ògùnfìn láti máa sápamọ́ láti yọ àbàjẹ́. So olùwàbáláàánú abámaràn lọ́jọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Ambode believed that investors will continue to flock into the city once they were sure that the operating environment was safe and secure. But there was another issue. The city was infamous for its traffic. With thousands of people from all over Nigeria and its neighboring countries relocating to Lagos on a daily basis, getting from one place to the other became a nightmare for many in the heavily populated city. Ambode wanted to make life easier for commuters. His plan was to improve on traffic by constructing new roads and bridges while maintaining existing ones, as well as placing directional signs in strategic places.
Today, I am delighted that we have delivered a brand new dual carriageway, 2.481 kilometers long and 15 meters wide, complete with street lights, drainage and walkway. This road will serve as an alternative route to Abeokuta Expressway as we link Abeson Estate from Aboru before the end of the year. This will eventually reduce the traffic gridlock usually experienced along this axis. The construction of this road is a clear demonstration of what our administration stands for: to listen and respond to the needs of our people.
Silently achieving, meticulously planning, religiously executing, brilliantly giving results.
The silent achiever embarked on an aggressive road construction project leading to the rehabilitation of over 3,000 roads within 2 years. He also set up a mobile court to ensure that traffic violators were tried and prosecuted. Traffic in Lagos eased.
This bridge, it's wonderful. It's wow, because before, if you are coming to Aja, you'll be like you see the hold up, you be stressed up.
Bridge Ajay kò jẹ́ kó drop wà. Ó jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ neat gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ dé. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀gá wa Ambode. Ọlọ́run ó jẹ́ kọ́wọ́ wọn máa lọ òkè. Ọwọ́ wọn ò ní wá, agbára wọn ò ní wálẹ̀ o. Torí àjà fine, ó ń bá dé àjà sí èèyàn rò pé London ni. Àjà fine, ó make sense. Èèyàn bá dé bẹ̀ èèyàn máa pé tọ̀. Ambode try ní àjà bíbá.
And there is more. New iconic bus terminals and pedestrian footbridges were constructed, all part of the governor's traffic resolution plans.
Everything is now changed. For instance, the relaying of the road and the new terminal at the TBS. Man, I've not seen anything of such. I've traveled to different places here in Nigeria and other countries. It's totally different and it's more beautiful.
But all of this was not enough for the governor. His dream was a Lagos with a fully integrated transport management system that didn't only make use of the roads, but also rail and water. Lagos is a city that's surrounded by water, yet thousands of commuters sit in traffic on the roads for hours every single day to get to work. Inadequate infrastructure and fear of the waterways meant that many stayed clear. But Ambode had a plan, and it started with safety.
Initially, you could go on the water without wearing life jackets. Now they've made it compulsory to ensure for safety.
As foreign investors returned to Lagos, local businesses were not left behind. Nigeria is known for its entrepreneurial drive. Ambode encouraged commerce by setting up organized markets for the people.
Adúpẹ́lẹ́ government Akínwùmí Ambode fún àtìmọ̀ tó ṣe fún wa ní Yaba phase 2. So tó bá wa clear gbogbo àwọn tí ó wà ní títì.
We have a place, a marketplace, which is conducive for buying and selling.
The governor we have now is the best governor I've seen. Governor Ambode, he has tried a lot for us. We used to be on the roadside selling. We find it difficult to attend to people on the road. They are not comfortable. But now, because of the shops they gave us, we can attend to our customer comfortably. They buy things, they will be relaxed, and they will buy it for a very reasonable price.
In a country where 14% of its population are unemployed, Ambode wanted to make a mark, and he certainly has, providing over 100,000 direct and indirect job opportunities to Lagos residents. With many young business people unable to access funds to set up and run their businesses, Ambode also launched a 25 billion naira employment trust fund. Good news for 705 young people, with many more to come. However, funding is not the only challenge faced by Nigeria's entrepreneurs. Power cuts are a norm, and despite efforts by the federal government to revamp the power sector, generators continue to run. But the Lagos State government is working to develop other sources of power. In May 2015, life changed in the Ibejuleki Odeomi community, proving that his government was an inclusive one where no single individual will be left behind. Ambode commissioned the Community Electrification Project, connecting 68 communities in Ibejuleki Odomi area to the national grid.
Ìgbà kan tó dé àníná, ìgbà tán dé wọ́n bá wa ṣe náà yẹn. Bó bí ọdún mẹ́rin márùn-ún, àríná lò inú òru la wà. Ìgbà tán dé wọ́n bá wa ṣe náà yẹn. Inú wa dùn gbogbo wa là ń ṣàdúrà tá à ń sùn, tá à ń sáájí lóru.
In a mega city like Lagos, the provision of affordable, accessible and quality healthcare can be challenging. The city was in dire need of a revival in the health sphere. The governor understood that health was the wealth of the state. Primary health care centers were set up. A helipad for emergency services was commissioned. Ambulances and medical equipment purchased. Emergency services improved, and recruitment of paramedic staff to ensure that the health needs of the indigents of Lagos were catered for 24/7.
We will do everything within our reach to ensure that every community has a laudable primary health care system that we can all be proud of.
With safety, food and health covered, housing was next up. Lagos has a housing deficit of 2.5 million homes. The governor aimed to close this gap. In a city where many could not afford to buy their own homes, he launched a rent-to-own scheme. Within 2 months of the launch, 500 people were handed keys to their new homes in Lagos, with many more soon to call Lagos home.
Well, when Ambodean came in, we thought he's coming to meet a very big shoe. But to be sincere, he has proved most of us that he's more than equal to the task.
Wọ́n ṣe ribiribi o, wọ́n try, wọ́n gbìyànjú. Sẹ́yìn ẹni tó bá ṣe ká sọ pé ó ṣe, wọ́n ṣe o. Lánàá pàápàá mo tún gbọ́ pé wọ́n tún ṣí títì kan ní Àjà. Àǹfààní yẹn náà ó dé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ń bí báyìí. Torí àwa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Àjà la máa ń gbà lọ Èkó. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣí títì yẹn lánàá. Wọ́n ṣeun gan, wọ́n gbìyànjú, wọ́n try. Tàbá díẹ̀ pẹ́ pàápàá bákan náà ni àdúgbò wa ń bí báyìí náà. Wọ́n ti ṣe kọ́tà fún wa ń bí náà. Wọ́n ṣe iná fún wa. Wọ́n gbìyànjú o. Ẹni bá rí wọn kó kí wọn. Olúwa mẹ́sẹ̀ wọn dúró, ilé àtọ̀nà wọn ò ní dàrú. Èyí tó túnbọ̀ aṣojú ẹ̀mí wọn, wọn ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ o. Wọ́n ṣeun o. Wọ́n gbìyànjú o. Wọ́n try.
May 2017, Lagos State marked a big day in history. The city celebrated its 50th year, and who better to lead the way as the vivacious city prepares for the next 50. But the man who has proven that his leadership style is less talk and more action.
Lagos is on the right path to give governance back to the people. And that's what we've tried to do in these last 22 months. That's what we will try to close in the next 26 months. And we believe by May 2019, we'll have to go back to my manifesto and also think I would have delivered whatever it is that I said I was going to deliver at the beginning. So God bless Lagosians.